The wisdom of contentment. In a quaint little village nestled among rolling hills, there lived an elderly woman named Josephine. Though she lived alone, Josephine was never lonely, for she was beloved by all her neighbors for her kind heart and generous spirit. Each day, Josephine's neighbors would visit her humble cottage, seeking her wise counsel and sharing their own stories and troubles. In return, they would bring her baskets of fresh produce from their gardens, or warm loaves of bread straight from their ovens. Josephine's life was simple, but it was filled with the love and care of her community. One crisp autumn morning, Josephine decided to venture into the nearby forest to gather firewood for her small but cozy hearth. As she made her way through the rustling leaves and towering pines, she came across something unexpected, an old, weathered pot partially buried in the earth. Curious, Josephine bent down and brushed away the dirt, revealing that the pot was filled to the brim with glittering gold coins. Josephine's eyes widened in astonishment. She had never seen such wealth before, and her heart raced with the possibilities. Visions of a grand, opulent home filled her mind. She could buy the finest furniture, the most lavish clothing, and surround herself with all the luxuries she had only ever dreamed of. With great effort, Josephine fashioned a makeshift sled from planks of wood and tied a sturdy cloth around the heavy pot. Straining with each step, she began to pull the pot back towards her cottage, her excitement growing with every inch of progress. Yet, as she paused to catch her breath, Josephine noticed something strange. The golden coins inside the pot were starting to change color, transforming from gleaming gold to shimmering silver. Puzzled, she continued on, her dreams of grandeur still firmly in her mind. But as Josephine dragged the pot further, the silver, too, began to shift, until finally, the coins had turned to dull, lifeless iron. Josephine stopped in her tracks, her heart sinking with a profound sense of despair. All her visions of a lavish, comfortable life had been nothing more than a mirage, snatched away as quickly as they had appeared. Josephine sat down on a nearby fallen log, her body weary from the effort, but her mind even more exhausted. She stared at the iron-filled pot, wondering how she could have been so easily fooled by the allure of wealth. Just moments ago, she had been filled with excitement and anticipation, but now, all she felt was a deep, gnawing disappointment. But then, as the sunlight filtered through the trees and cast a warm glow upon the forest floor, Josephine's expression softened. She took a deep breath and allowed a small, serene smile to spread across her face. Slowly, she began to reflect on the life she had built, the relationships she had nurtured, and the contentment she had found in the simple things. Josephine thought about her cozy cottage, with its worn but comfortable furniture and the familiar scent of freshly baked bread. She remembered the joy she felt in helping her neighbors, whether it was offering a listening ear, sharing a hearty meal, or lending a hand with their chores. And she cherished the affection and support she received in return, the true wealth that could not be measured in gold or silver. As Josephine sat there, surrounded by the tranquil beauty of the forest, she realized that true happiness did not come from the acquisition of material possessions, but from the love and kindness shared between people. The pot of iron, once so disappointing, now seemed to her a valuable lesson, a reminder that the true riches in life are not found in glittering coins, but in the simple joys of community and contentment. With a renewed sense of gratitude, Josephine left the old pot where it lay and made her way back home, her heart filled with a serene peace. That evening, as she sat by her crackling fireplace, sipping a warm cup of tea, Josephine felt a deep sense of contentment wash over her. She knew that she had everything she needed, a cozy haven, caring neighbors, and the ability to make a difference in the lives of those around her. In the days and weeks that followed, Josephine continued to live her life as she always had, helping her neighbors, sharing her wisdom, and finding joy in the everyday. She never forgot the lesson she had learned that day in the forest, and she remained steadfast in her belief that true happiness comes not from wealth or possessions, but from the love and kindness we share with one another. And so, Josephine proved that the secret to a fulfilling life lies not in the pursuit of material riches, but in the cultivation of an attitude of gratitude and contentment. By embracing the simple pleasures of her daily life and the warmth of her community, Josephine had found a wealth that could never be measured in gold or silver, but only in the richness of the human spirit. As the seasons turned and the years passed, Josephine's legacy lived on, inspiring her neighbors and all who knew her to seek happiness not in the external trappings of success, but in the inner peace that comes from living a life of purpose, compassion, and gratitude. For Josephine had learned that the true path to contentment lies not in the acquisition of wealth, but in the appreciation of the blessings we already possess.